What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about The Foxglove King by Hannah Whitten. I started this book 2 months ago, and it's not that it took me a long time to read, it's just that I got Star Wars books, I needed to read those, and plus May, when you're a teacher, is just delightful. If you know, you know. But anyway, I was really excited for this book because Hannah Whitten is just one of those authors that I really, really enjoy. She's just such an amazing person. I loved For the Wolf and For the Throne, so when I saw that she was writing something new, I knew I definitely wanted to check that out. And if I were to describe The Foxglove King really simply, it's Serpent and Dove, but it's new adult instead of young adult. Like, the dynamics are very, very similar. Like, you can even get into just with Reed and Lou, and then even like the Prince character, the character dynamics were very similar, but we saw it play out like on a more mature level with this book. The Foxglove King takes place in a mythical kingdom, and what I really like is our main character, Lore, has this mysterious tie to the catacombs, and we're also in a world where there is death magic everywhere. So people are taking poisons, trying to live forever, slowly turning into stone. There are people who can control this magic, which is called mortem. They can channel it into beings, kind of like necromancy type of vibes. And Lore is very much attached to this. I kind of got a lot of Throne of Glass vibes when I was reading this, just especially when like Selena was learning about like the gods and things like that. I got a lot of similar vibes with this. And ultimately, I really did love the dynamic between her and Gabriel, who is basically like a monk. There's this like sect of monks who, like, when you die but you come back to life or you had a near-death experience, you get a really like heightened affinity for mortem. So then they make up this sect of like this religious cult basically, and they get thrown in together. There is some a little bit of, you know, like they were roommates. Oh my God, they were roommates. And their dynamic was very good. I will say the first 50%, like the first half of this book, is extremely slow. So that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to read it. Obviously the others is because I had to stop and do other things, but the first half of this book is extremely slow. I ended up having to get it on Audible, so I read half of it and then I listened to the whole thing, but mostly just so I could like refresh myself to get for that second half. And I did notice that when I was exactly halfway through, it did start to pick up. So once I got to the stuff that I hadn't read before, I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. So there is a lot of setup in this book. There's a lot of things that you have to learn about this world, and I felt like a lot of it was just like, you know, Lore and Gabriel are exhausted, basically. Like, they're in the citadel. They're supposed to be watching the prince. They think that the prince is trying to overthrow the king and all this kind of stuff. And I felt like so much happens in a short amount of time to where it feels very like repetitive. Like, they're awakened, they have to go to the ceremony, and then they go back to sleep, and then they go to a party, and then they go back to sleep. And it was a lot of that, a lot of back and forth, with some good moments with Lore and Gabriel kind of sprinkled in there. But then once we get over halfway, we start to, you know, include more people in on the plan, and I started to get it really intrigued. And I will say the end of this book does leave me very excited to see where we're going next, because we are setting up a new series, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I really like where Hannah Whitten is going, it seems, with this idea of gods and things happening over and over and over again, and just this like unstoppable force that is fate, that is destiny, that is reincarnation. And I'm really excited to see where she's going to go with that overall. So I would recommend The Foxglove King. I would just say be aware, like, there's going to be a lot of information to get through, but it does pick up as the story goes on. Overall, I'm giving it a B+. I enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see where we're going. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Books with me every week. That's everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.